Hey guys, good day. It's the Lord's anointed. Happy New Year. Hey, Happy New Year because this is like literally the first video I'm making for the year. So Happy New Year. It's been a while. Okay, so I just want to, as usual, share something brief with us. Okay, so it's a new year and we have goals, we have things we want to achieve, we have dreams, we have New Year resolutions and all. And for some of us, we are actually scared of making those plans, setting those goals. Maybe for a reason we did so last year, and the things we plan to achieve, we did not end up achieving them. So we're scared. We don't want to end up being disappointed in ourselves this year. Why? For some of us, we actually started them last year, but they at some point they failed. And if you failed last year, go again this year. For some of us that God has told us to start something, maybe a podcast, maybe a Bible study page, maybe even a business. Okay, let me not sound too spiritual. For some of us, we feel a nudge in our spirit to start something, but we're scared. We are asking ourselves, how do I go about this? How do I start it? What if I start and it does not work out? What if I start and I have low turn ups and all? What if I start and it fails? Start first. Auntie, uncle, start first. I have been at that point where I knew I was supposed to start something, but I was waiting for the right time. And the right time never came. I had to create the right time myself. So start. As long just set your goals. Make sure you know what you're doing. Set standards for yourself. Set a target for yourself. And involve God. Jeremiah 29, I think verse 11 to 13 says, for the plans he has for us, they are for good and not for evil. And the other verse says, when we ask him of a thing, he will grant it. So with that mindset in your head, when I ask God of a thing, he will answer me. For the plan that God has towards me, they are for good and not for evil. Then you know nothing in your hand can die. Nothing in your hand can fail. If peradventure before they failed or they crumbled, with that consciousness, start it with that consciousness. Know that God is involved. So just try your best and involve God. Let him in. One thing that we Christians fail to understand is that God will not take charge of a situation that we don't invite him to be in. So let him know about what you're doing and have this scripture back of your head that anything I put my hand, it prospers, because the plan God has for me, they are for good and not for evil. So some of us, we are so scared because we've failed in the past and it was very, very terrible for us. Until you failed, stand up, dust yourself. Make sure you're healed in your heart. Make sure you're healed in your mind. So you will not fail, not because you didn't do the things well, but because in your head you are already a failure, because in your head you will not succeed. So make sure you are healed, stand up, dust yourself. Stop wailing there because you failed or something, or because your plans of last year you could not achieve them, or because the target you had last year you couldn't meet it. That Apostle Femi Lazarus says life happens to everybody. Everybody has a bad story, but the only difference between my story and someone else's story is that I choose to let go. I choose to stand up, heal from that pain, heal from that failure, and I move. So I'll just end with this concerning adding God, making him being involved in what you're doing. I saw a tweet from Pastor Emmanuel Iren on Twitter days back, and the tweet said, he said, God help me, and under it was a very simple but powerful prayer. And I shared on my status, I said, this has been my go-to prayer every day. You know that verse of the Bible that says men ought always to and not to faint, and the always I was emphasizing on every 2 seconds I should be praying. And I realized that I will not always have the time. I'm a student. Some of us, we are businessmen and women, and we will not always have the time to always be praying, God help us, God lead us, guide us. But I have found myself for like the past weeks and past months, I am always conversing, God help me, God help me, I am about to make a very huge decision in my life. God help me, I am about to write an exam. God help me, I am about to preach the gospel. God help me, I am about to have a very important conversation with somebody. God help me. And with those short prayers, I have seen God come for me in so mighty ways I cannot even describe. So what I'm trying to tell you, that if God can show up with those short prayers, then what about the prayers we will intentionally take our time and do. So make your plans, be very intentional about what you want to achieve, be very intentional, and God will help us. God will help us. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Create the time. The perfect time is now. Thank you for staying till the end. I really, really hope you were blessed. So please like, share, subscribe, comment. I love you, but Abba loves you more. The Lord's anointed. Peace out. Bye, guys. See you in the next on my next video. Bye.